Washington State reports of the containing case determined court bills, the WMP app 2D329479 1036 1051 March 3rd, 2020, effective concurrent and consecutive sentence marching on note page 10WN app 2D88593910501052 number 6 January 21st 2020 January 21st 2020 current concurrences on March 3rd 2020 of the 3rd March 2020 February 18th, 2020, February 4th, 2020. Continue on concurrent consecutive sentences and services start November 12th, 2019, November 26th, 2019, December 10th, 2019, December 24th, 2019, January 7th, 2020. So I do not go to Christmas parties, I don't go to Thanksgiving parties. I definitely do go out partying, I don't go drinking, and I don't coordinate the social drinking or the protester services. And this is December 10th, 2019. That's December 3rd of the incident, 2019. This is the Washington service. Now, as it says, it has the emblems of the case reported, 10WA app 2D 420-619 1009 1032 number 3, and also the Colorado Springs zip code is 80921 3622, customer service 1-800-223-1940 that's WLexus.com. Now, November 26th, that story didn't match, and that December 3rd is the incident when it happened. And that's a long walk from Mr. State Patrol Hansen in a State Patrol vehicle on a panel mode, and that's a lot of a bunch of bullshit lies, con artists, individuals taking handouts on jury duty service and trying to railroad their system into a service. So we got November 26, 2019. I don't go Thanksgiving. You see me on Thanksgiving? You see me sitting out there socializing with black, Jews, Koreans, Chinese increments of the service. But do you see the December 10th of 2019? See it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 7 days. So on the 7th day. So the case reported is documented here. WN app 420-649 1009 1032. December 24th on the 4th. Forwarding from December 3rd, and also the November. (26) 2019. See 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 December 2019, November 26, 2019. You're done from there, you see these call 911 when you see officers attacking Felix Barela, walking with large amounts of money and giving it to Andy Miller, and also the private counsel services of property owners that sign on documentation saying they don't even own the yard, the front yard, the backyard, the water line, the toilet. They don't own it because they ain't paid for it. And he's attacking him. Look at this. Look at this document. Fabricated document. It says December 10th, November 26, 2019. 10 WN APP 2D 205-419 1004-1008. So the bailiffs, the jailers, services, the oldest worker, and he's downstairs right now. He has white hair, like Glenn Butner, like how would you say, Mr. Administration Office, Mr. Senator McCain and Mrs. Senator Kane and Services and Government Sound, Mr. Glenn Butner and John and Kennedy and Mr. Hatcher and Mr. Hatcher and Services. Back when he was a little squiggy back then, when Mr. Andy Miller was sitting there unleashing his dogs and canine dogs into the Chow administration, we had he works right down here on the bottom of this little security services. He's the oldest prosecutor in the world in Washington State, Andy Miller. And right beside there's a Shine Lang individual with a blue jacket. You see the NATO Admiral Services on the service and then the sealed documentation on the chest and the back. He's right downstairs. We're going to take a monument picture of him. We're going to put him in we're going to cast his face, his mouth, his teeth. We're going to set the retainers, lining. We're going to go all full-fledged out on his resetting golden caps or silver caps. That's an option. So some diamonds, some clarity diamonds, diamonds, and some pearls, Russian pearls, some black pearls, some white pearls, some black pearls, black diamonds, and also the service. We're going to go all out. We're going to decorate them real good. We're going to make them look real nice. That's a hard job, you know. Federal judge, Federal Superior Court, District Court judge, increments in the service, and also there's a citizen increments. This is standby increments of his convictions of his endowments of his services. As you can see in the corner of the mansion area, this hole, S-H-I-H-O-L-E, shithole, basically a Jasmine, override increments of Jabba Hutt miniature, Jabba Hutt and Ewok family and miniature squawking individual Sasquatch increments of their services. And you can see has on the corner, it's a gigantic mansion, and I don't know what they are, but they're a bunch of Limonite, Shiite services, Muslim, Kayats, and increments in the Jew, Korean, Vietnamese, Korean, Laotian services. As you can see, I YouTubed it, and it's unreal. I've never seen something so out of the ordinary. So you see that UFO landing, I'm sure they're going to call the cops, just like they did at Sunny Farms, and then catch Sunny Farms on fire, and then try to walk away and say they didn't catch anything on fire. We got on document here. Now the Cimaron fire, they caught the Cimaron, caught the West Side Pizza on fire because Mr. Alex owed everybody money, so they caught the restaurant on fire, and it didn't belong to them, and they found out who it belonged to, and they just ran away with their convicted self as an individual of sorry circumstances individuals. But so the security office has this awesome popular security individual, you know, judge, Superior Court judge, district judge, commissioner, all in one, all rolled up in one ball in a blue little uniform. He resembles Glenn Butner, his relative, his brother, Jay Mueller and Jay Mueller and his brother. You can't miss it. Identical. They call them the Twin Towers, the Mighty Two. See, any abstract RCRG, SOS.WA.GOV, federal ordinance, he knows it. It's implanted into his. It's not cognitive thinking, it's a permanent registration process on the Washington Bar Association. Now it's called COVID-19. The processing on that would be watch reports and the event sheets, single copies, $5.75 per sheet. Event sheets is $87.50 per year. Now the current bound volumes is 28.50. Now $87.50 per year and $5.75 per issue and $28.50 for the bound volume, as you can see, and also the $12 per issue on the advanced sheet binders, and that's Lexus 3 Learjet, Suite 102, P.O. Box 1710, and that's Laughing, New York. And the Denver Hotel is a shithole, the Red Lion's a shithole, the Kavanaugh's, and also the service called Kavanaugh's is a shithole, but all the sheets, blankets, and also the carpet, the flooring, anomaly service was removed and replaced. Yeah, brand new flag, brand new Washington State flag, and also a flag, and it's on a ship. It's called USS Trump, and it's a shithole. Davenport, the Ferrari Ruscio is the only exotic exhibit on the showroom floor. Is a Ferrari, Lamborghini, Rover, Mercedes-Benz, also the Ford competition series, and also the Chevy, the most fastest on the 10-mile, quarter-mile run on 0 to 10 seconds, and the fastest is the Chevy and the Ford, the Shelby, the V12, Dodge Viper, the V10, Vortex, and also the Dodge Viper, the V10, Ferrari, the GTB, Ferrari Fulvio, and a Fabuloso, and also the GT5966669, that Ferrari Contouche. Service, you can't miss, it's right across the street. It's a shithole. Why? Because I live here. And it is a shithole. You can see the maggots come out of the services on the cemeteries and the urns that they're afraid of. It's just a dead body. It doesn't concrete, doesn't have a liner. It's not even legal. They don't just drop the body and let the maggots ooze out. It's pretty historic. It's George Washington's property, pretty much. It's a gigantic federal affidavit where Mr. Madison himself at Spokane, Ordinance District, and the services they have with Mueller's Funeral Home, and also Kennison, and there's Kennison, and there's services they got in for the services they got for the pallet reports, because they have December 24, 2019, and that case report is number 4, and also the January 7th, 2020. Remember, they're after New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day, and also Black Friday, all those services and all the holidays, and of course the Black Day, the Black Honorable Memorial Luther King Day, and also service of federal holidays, increments and lives. See, there's no days getting off, but it is nice to have somebody talk about having a day off, like the gentleman down there. He's undefeated. Master Yoda. And Mr., of course, the sibling service of the increments that they apply on this Washington Report reports and the services they get, and master services that they have on the issuance per year, which is $8,750, $570 per issue, and $28.50. Now, these gigantic Class B uniforms that I have in the back closet here, which is a show. There's no more show now because it's called the Davenport Historic. See that statue of himself there and their services. That's the assignments of their argument, authority, and absence of effect. As you can see, it's an important argument, citation, and legal authority. And there's also a scope issuance on the open disclosure, on public disclosure, on open government services. You can see the open casket into the orifice of the double depth and clearance service, and then the Ford service, and also the McKinnon law firm, and also the McKinnon law firm here in Kennewick, and McKinnon firm here in Lewis Lake, and also the service they got applied at the state review and granted for open closed caskets. The services, they say, it does say, it says issue first raised reply brief. It also says in general a court to decline, and has the right to decline to consider the argument made on the first time brief of relief, because there's no charges, no warrants, outstanding warrants for the rest. There's statute. You have statute limitations service, and they do not apply. It's pretty much downgraded services, and it's RCW 42.56.540. See, anybody would know that, because a straight flush, royal flush, or spade 1, 2, 3 increments of that, in that order, and over an ace, or of a pair of aces, and raw flesh, or increments of a straight 4 aces, or implying maybe spade straight, diamond straights, heart straights, club straights. You got services that imply on this respect of Washington State. Let's see, that's 35 states, Department DOL, 35 through 6 states. You see the emblems reflecting off the face of the preface of the jawbones of the structures. Immediate bloodline as it came out of his mouth. But we're gonna have a snapshot of him because he has tattoos all over him. So everybody's watching me torture this individual. He was left for dead at Cadillac Hospital. I'm sorry, he was left for dead at Jackson Bar. He was renounced dead at the scene at the Jackson Bar. Mr. Increments and services they have, and now he's playing his possum services again. He's born again, and he's at the death certificate area right now, and I have to contact anyone and let them know what that is. So you see the reflection of the bloodlines coming out of that root, huh? But they got him on YouTube, Facebook of putting a sleeper hold on him, and he's undefeated. Hell's Angel, police officer, agents, services, increments, and services, taking anybody down, propping them in their way. And he's born again. Left a Cadillac Hospital with a red Bronco 4x4, and left on E so he can drive back to the trailer so we can follow him all the way to his son's. He's his son. He left his son behind. He's dead, but he left son. I know he's opening his mind with the on E. He's going to drive back all the way to his son, letting him know that he was dead. At the scene, he's born again. See, he woke up to my face like Andy Miller did when I have a heart stroke or cardiac service, like Mr. Daniel Swartz waking up to Felix Barela's face because having that sex with Roberta Barela and Bill Gates driving the Porsche to the dealership that Leroy owns, Money Tree. By Money Tree, it don't belong to Leroy. Bill Gates and Leroy go and Bill Gates just driving Porsche right through it and figured that the Mad Hatter, the currency of the quarter value, and they can't even have services in their services. I have to sign everything. That's Chase Bank, Olympia Bank, Bank. That's 6 days a week, and then 7 Sunday. So I get to go to the mansion area and look at these Jew, Muslim, Negroes, bordering Black Panthers, Marionette, Squash, Last White, service increments if it has the campaign services in the backyard. And it's awesome to see this takedown servicing and having their suicidal tendencies of mission importance and thinking they're important in the debris of the cotton-filled Class A suit servicing appliances to better themselves. It's pretty fun. It's on YouTube. You can't miss it. It's unreal. It's reality. It's taste-boggling increments. Mr. Mueller, as you can see, you lay down a spade and another spade. You can go 3 P's, no P. You can go 5 stud, or you can go pinochle with a flush and a double run, double nut, double nut, and then increment service for a plot and a headstone and service and reneging and a sad bagging. As you can see, they say on YouTube, Facebook, when it's sleep rolling, this Hell Angel police officer agents and running his services, and he's born again. He's dead at the Jackson Bar. I'll just put him in his dead body and take him to Cadillac Hospital, and he can do a line with everybody and take all his weapons off him, his double-bladed and single-bladed, all against the law. And he can wake up to his son and say that he wants his life back, and he can shove all the increments of his service into a cremator and watch Roberta Barela incinerated, where he gets to watch all his dreams wash away, promising that he belongs and he owns everything and he runs the services and he's going to run everything into a running ground and all to the service and applying increments, but facing that reality, they have to go back home to their abyss black hole. And it's a show. It's pretty much a show, and it is still a show. You see the maggots and the queer services that they have, which is QUEER, and that's stallion, white stallion, black stallion, she, and also the white-painted horse and Finley. It's just a breeder's cup, and this is Finley, is the best horse around and won the biggest purse in Washington State. And also White Goblin was another horse and services, and also the Black Beauty, Black Knight, the Black Beauty, and also made headway on the services for Hollywood Knights, for the Saudi Arabian Knights, and so that would be King, outside of King, and Mr. King statue service. All there undefeated because that services, because that is a show to the violation of relief on a rap case. So he kept on asking for a house and for food and asking for a child from a white minority, and then he comes to a stopping halt where a car smashed him in Avila Pismo Beach and pulled his black service out of the vagina, and had to have an abortion because they don't have a black service for the King family here in any shape and form, because that's my face and that's me. Wait, I'm not beating him up. I'm taking him down, put a slipper hold, and calling him 911 and having the cops show up, and I want him out of here. Is that the restraint of Poe statute? The 7W app 2D 412-433-3, marijuana, ganja marijuana, green bud marijuana, purple kush, and Arizona hashish indica, and that sentence increments for IRS being found on that condition. It has to have, you have to be a Roberto Barela. You got to be a certification for medical marijuana. You got to know how to grow the marijuana, Mr. Bodacious. That's Jessica's daughter. Her son, her children, they raped her, molested her, and they raised her because she was abandoned there. And she has any way, shape, and form of sharpening her skills and nature of her action, of her poor taste. Now, the prosecution of her counts of her witnessing her death, because she's not dead, she's alive. The degree of assault of committing by means of one. Internationally, I see these ones all over my body. It says the deadly weapon of assault is regulations of legal aggressive sentencing factors assault, where committing acts of domestic violence. Oh, domestic violence. Yes, we have the snapshot. Every part of the violence of those ones all imprinted on. This assaults were part of ongoing pattern of the psychological, physical, sexual abuse of the victim. Now, she owns a PVR, she owns Stinson, oh, that's unbelievable. Now, these mockery sheriff posse, when you see these nurses talking down to him because they don't want to bow to him. Now, they got the further foothold of torture and applying. Why? Because I live here, I can walk in, and they're taking a noose around his neck and to put him to the horses, his left and right foot, and tearing his body apart and trying to straighten his vertebrae. But really, they're torturing him. So I walked in on that. But the marijuana plants, 3-5-foot marijuana plants in the living room. It says psychological, physical, sexual abuse. Number 1. Budweiser, Chip, Mr. Donald Trump, and also, don't forget, Bill Gates driving the Porsche through not the Mad Hatter, it's called Money Tree, used to be a dealership. Now, the Wet n Wild is no more Wet n Wild, which is by the Juvenile Services. And that's on the docket. Looky. State versus Lee. He's still pushing on number 7WN. He's still pushing app 2D 692-435-P3D-847. And this is your opinion, affirmative action of Fourth Amendment analyzed on unrelated questions during the traffic stop. And approximately going 1.31 miles an hour on a sidewalk. And let announce everybody that's being attacked and call 911 and follow these individuals and have a little premise of discussion on their matters of their suicidal tendencies and implying their individual of their life being alive right now. Do they want to live, or do they want to lie? You want to sign a contract, or you just lie to himself, throw himself in the mercy of the court because he doesn't even have any Washington Constitution analyzed impact officer questionnaire services and jurisdiction traffic on their UBI number. So that must mean the Rocca versus King County, and the Rocca King County also pursued other services, and you have to unleash the Black Panther on the Indian Yakima Reservation, Colville, and watch this 500-pound Indian man beat up by a Black Panther in front of Felix Barela in live footage. How he sits there and just takes him down and takes him down and takes him down in front of everybody. And then the Aryan Brotherhood sits there and monitors. It's true. It's true. You're a liar. You fucking piece of shit, motherfucking mother-lying motherfucker. You couldn't even fight him if you could. I don't know, let's get a gun. Maybe we'll fly around town, find out who he is. You know, this is a bunch of bullshit that you can fly around and wipe your ass with and walk around talking about shit in your ass. You know. Come to your live. This is Andy Miller's office.